This is a task that simply could not fail. Securing the future of Britain's most iconic warship, Admiral Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. HMS Victory may look strong, indeed she is strong, but for years now she's needed work to help her into her 4th century. But nothing could start till the first big problem was solved: how to support her afresh. The solution? A brand new system of high-tech props all around her hull.
2 lines of props on each side of the keel, giving us the support we need for long-term care of the ship.
Before the next phase of her restoration, HMS Victory must be steadied, removing any sagging, opening her up to the depredations of wind and rain. It took a huge laser survey to find out where the steel cradles put beneath her a century ago were not bearing an even strain.
The ship now bellies, its hull bellies between those cradles. So what the Naval Museum wanted us to do was to create a snapshot analysis of the strength of the ship.
89.25 billion laser measurements scanned every last detail of Victory. Along her deck and hull, down into her complex interior spaces, even picking up the very fibers of cables in the depths of the ship. The images revealed the full story of the task facing the Victory team. From images to plans, for the exact placement of 2 rows of new props on both sides of the ship.
Well, there's 134 props around the ship. When we actually come to replace the existing steel cradles, we don't start randomly. It's a very considered sequence. So we try and manage and understand the way the stress in the hull moves.
It was to be a giant game of 3-dimensional chess, on a board on which the Queen, Victory herself, could move of her own accord. Working to BAE, MLUK of Portsmouth took on the task of fabricating and installing 134 superbly engineered adjustable props, each one with a load cell allowing monitoring of pressure on and from Victory's hull. Land ho for Victory's new support system. In go the biggest props of all, beneath the transom of the ship, under her stern and Admiral Nelson's quarters. The great cabin, scene of his last meeting with his captains before Trafalgar. A very heavy part of Victory, and so highly stressed. Work had to be carried out with inch-by-inch precision. Then, 8 months later, another key moment, fitting props around the bow. Steady rain didn't help, but didn't stop the ML team either, as they wrestled the new supports onto their pinpoint laser markings. With the giant props checked safely in place at her transom, the last of Victory's old cradles could be removed once cut into sections. More hot work. High-temperature gas cutters scything through steel close to the wooden hull. Maximum health and safety ruled, but still...
That is the part that gets everyone trembling a little bit when you mention hot work, because it is such high risk, but it's the only way we can do it. It's the only way we can achieve what we need to achieve in order to remove the cradles. So we understand it's a difficult task, but obviously we have fantastic contractors who know exactly what they're doing inside and out.
So she's now fully off the old system. That old system by the end of today will be gone. We've got 4 of the new props to put in place once we've removed the concrete that these old cradles were sat on, and then she's fully supported on a new support system that's giving us real-time data around the ship's condition and loads.
From land ho to safe harbour, the final 4 props are craned in and eased into place beneath HMS Victory's stern, guided to the exact spot needed by fingertip control and sheer muscle power. For Peter Hulkyard of engineering company ML UK, it's a kind of homecoming.
So that's it, Pete, yeah?
That's it. That's it.
So how many? How long?
3 years, 3 months, 2 weeks, exactly, and 1 day.
The final prop has just gone in at just shy of 2:10 today, so yes, very, very happy today.
Overall, how has it gone? Because it was a massive undertaking from you off. Just this part of it.
Just this part of it, this has been an incredibly complex project. There's not another first-rate line of battleship from the 18th century anywhere in the world. So everything we were doing here is innovative, everything's unique. So you don't get to ask anybody else how they did it at their end. There's not a lot of experience elsewhere on the planet you can learn from. So it's been slow and steady. The biggest challenge really has come from getting the load monitoring system to work exactly as we wanted it to, and that has taken longer than we'd expected. But today is a really key milestone in this effectively 2-decade-long piece of work to take Victory through a process of conservation to see her ride for another 50 years.
The final finishing touch, reseating props at the stern under Victory's transom. Now work will start on renewing Victory's timbers to make her wind and weatherproof. But already, along the viewing platforms deep in the dock, visitors can get a close-up view of the sweeping lines of her hull. For the National Museum of the Royal Navy and contractors BAE and ML UK, it's been a long voyage, but they have made sure that HMS Victory is finally safely berthed.